Hi, my name is Diana, and I recently started small candle business. And I'm searching and reading a lot about Etsy, different type of platforms, what people use, what works for them, what doesn't. And today we're gonna hear some stories where sellers got scammed. And you might think like when you hear the story, when you read something, or when some one of your friends tells you a story, and you're like, "Hey, that was so obvious a scam," but it's not always like that. Especially, I believe I'm always so anxious that sirens and all this sounds, especially all these bikers, love them, and big racers. I'm gonna wake up my baby. I hate them. It's not so obviously a scam, especially if it includes links and, especially with AI now, the scammers are so advanced and smart that they, can create literally a website of where you shop before that looks the same, but there's like obviously you can tell the tricks where it's a lie. But anyways, it's advanced, it's very advanced. So it's like I've seen a video where it says like, yeah, with AI right now, you know how um improved it is. It's like, yeah, I'm definitely getting scammed when I'm old because you're more distracted and less, I guess, educated about the progress. So let's start with the first video. I got few stories and we're just gonna discuss them all. So let's start with the first one.
Because I woke up to see that I had made my first sale on Etsy. I spent hours and hours yesterday doing a wedding planner, and I loaded it on Etsy and I was really proud of it and everything else. And then it turns out that it was a scam. Not only was it a scam, but it was a scam I fell for. The emails looked really, really real. I'm going to try and put them on here somehow so you can see it, but it basically said, you've made a sale, you need to put your card details in to verify. It looked real. I'm generally not stupid, but I completely fell for it. My bank are being amazing. I've also had to cancel my passport and I need to do all sorts of other things. So from being really excited about launching my business for the first time to losing £175 currently. Bit of a crappy weekend way to start my business, but I'll keep going and hope.
Okay, so unfortunately, in this story, the woman loses money, even, right? Because, oh my God, I've never experienced so much scam before I moved to Canada. And I believe it's like the disadvantage of maybe like a country that has many immigrants, right? It's crazy to me how people have this as a full-time job or something. So I kid you not, just a short story about myself. I was making, like I was working on listings for Etsy before my lunch, and then I was saving them as drafts. And then a day before lunch, that's why my Etsy is like 2 months old, but I posted listings like, I don't know, like a week ago, something like 2 weeks ago, right? And I kid you not, the second I started like publishing them, making them active, I started getting scams. More than that, I had very weird emails that doesn't seem like, you're like, okay, what's the point of the scam? The person is like copying the title of my listing, sending it to my email and saying, is this available? What type of scam is this? I believe that if I respond to them, they're gonna like try, scam me through a payment method or something like that through email. And I got emails where it says like Etsy support, Etsy something else, connect whatever. And it kind of looks already like scammy. And also, if you look from which email it's sent, it's like a very random email, first of all. Then it kind of says like, oh, this person wants to purchase your item, but you need to click this link to update the info or something like that. This never gonna be the case, okay? sometimes people may see that email and out of curiosity, like, okay, I'm gonna click the link and see what's up. Like, what is this? Especially when you're getting excited. But come on, I started getting scammy emails like an hour since I started publishing my listings. Like, people are just like sitting there and waiting. Like, it's crazy for the newest, I guess, publishers, newest shops, and it is so disgusting. So unfortunately, this person lost money. Like, especially very tricky to, yeah, click any links or anything like that. But they kind of like fake the website. So next story.
You are a new Etsy seller. Here are some of the most common scams you need to be aware of. Don't forget to save this video because I'm going to show you screenshots, and so you can hopefully compare my messages with ones you might be getting in your own Etsy shop. I recently started a new print-on-demand shop, and I have been shocked at the number of scam messages I've received in the past week. Now, like I said, I screenshotted a bunch of them, so we're going to go through them together. I'll tell you how to know that they're spam and what to do about it if you get a message like this. Starting off strong with what looks to be a message from Etsy. In my messages, they say that someone purchased an item, but I need to send my email to them via chat in order for the order to go through. Spam. One of the easiest ways to tell this one is a scam is just check the buyer's name with your recent orders. Odds are they don't match up. Here's a similar one where they're going to ask for your email address, and typically with this, they will actually send a listing link up here, and then your listing will show up right here. I just whited them out so you guys don't see my listings. This one, she was persistent. She really wanted to trick me. I hit her with my typical response, which is, all orders must be placed through Etsy, thanks. And she sent me back, or he, I guess I don't know, a screenshot and said proof. The proof in question was this really blurry screenshot of what looks to be a photoshopped Etsy link. This isn't real.
Anyways, this is kind of the type of the emails I was also getting, and some people don't even try. Like, literally, I've seen all type of scams, and I'm just getting like surprised that I'm like, you're so uneducated, or you're a child, or you're stupid because you don't even try. And many scams have like mistakes. Like, come on, you can ask Chad how to make a nice, scammy prompt for you. So the easiest is to just go on your Etsy page and see if you got any orders. Don't click right away because of the excitement, like, oh yeah, I got it.
Okay, real talk for anyone that shops for crochet patterns on Etsy, please be careful. There are so many scams happening right now. It's honestly getting out of hand. I've personally had my own photos stolen by scammers who run them through AI to slightly change them just enough to try and pass them as their own. Then they take those photos, list them on Etsy along with the PDF pattern of mine that they've purchased, and try to claim it as theirs. So as you can see on the left is my photos, the real pictures, and on the right are the photos that they asked AI to slightly change so they could try and claim my pattern as theirs. Also this one, you can see there are a lot of elements in the photo that are exactly the same to mine, like the wooden beam that they're sitting on, the weeds on the pavement, and the rock behind. It's honestly so wild that they are now doing this, and I'm going to show you guys a few photos of other AI patterns that are on Etsy. This photo is AI. This is not a real crocheted plushie. And they are getting so good that even in this listing, this is not a real woman. This is an AI video of a woman holding a triceratops that is not real. These teddy bears are not real and is AI as well. So many people are getting tricked and scammed every day. Because not only is it affecting the buyers that are buying the fake pattern, also is affecting the businesses like mine, where I took the time.
So as you can tell, this one is a digital product. Tricky part is that I have so many things to say about AI in general. Even I like help and how it makes the work quicker in a way, but especially for big corporations, I believe, but I still believe and hope that big or small businesses will value the actual work, the actual human work, and not this fake. Okay. um but anyways, that's a whole different topic. I just believe it's bringing more negative parts, especially AI content that is like digital and um visual, like I don't appreciate that. Oh, I'm so sad, especially as being an artist and like a designer, in the past, in the past and now because I design for myself. Um, I'm so pissed. Okay, nobody values. First of all, like people steal or people do fake ads and stuff like that. Like I'm so pissed. This is actually like kind of unavoidable. Like someone purchased her pattern, then they resell it with her pictures, not even trying so like literally AI. Like this is so sad. Especially would be more sad if like they actually get in sales. Plus it's still like not the same, the pattern as the picture they post, so the pattern will not be accurate, right? And um it's just like people also need to be more careful, like buyers really need to be more educated and more specific, like looking and see like, is this, I know it's hard for some posts, but like, is this AI? And it's already not giving me the trust to them if I see, let's say, if I want to buy a pattern and it's a pillow or a plushie that is AI, like you didn't make it, how I know the pattern is good, right? The same, like I really don't appreciate when I see all these post listings, if it's Instagram, if it's Etsy, where people sell their candles and it's all just AI pictures. First of all, I want the raw picture as it is, as a product, actual product. Like, don't fake it. That's first. Second, I want the person to actually do the job or pay someone to do the job. Okay. Like, this is so not authentic. I am, I hate it. I hate it. Okay. There's totally a difference between like photoshopping and stuff. Even Photoshop has AI tools, but there's no really like, you can Photoshop a little bit, you can customize a little bit, but like if you just take a candle like in the whatever on the plain table and then you AI it to some, like a magic background. No, 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 I'm not buying it. Okay, next one.
Seller, do not fall for this scam. This is nothing new, but I feel I need to make a video about it because recently there's been an influx in this type of scam on Etsy, and lots of you are reaching out to me, lots of people that I've helped are reaching out to me, and I want to save somebody from getting your shop taken advantage of. On your Etsy account, you can receive messages from people who have purchased from you or that are inquiring to purchase from your shop. Maybe they have a question about a product or a question about their order, and that will show up in your messages tab. So what this scam is you will start to get messages from accounts that are like store closing down, buyer beware, can't purchase your order, and that'll be either like the person's name or the heading of the message. And what they'll ask you or say to you is one of two things. First being, they will say, your shop is about to be shut down, accept this message to avoid your account being shut down. Or it can be a message saying, hey, I'm trying to purchase from your store, but it's not letting me purchase. So basically what they're trying to do, what these scammers are trying to do is get your email or personal information by pretending to either be Etsy or pretending to be a buyer. And they're trying to get a hold of your info to, number one, take your account, to have you send them money, whatever the circumstance may be. I haven't gone far enough into one of these scams, even though I received the messages. And they're going after newer sellers that aren't aware of this. Obviously, if you get a message on your Etsy shop that you're working hard on that says, hey, your account is shut down, message us immediately to have it put back up, you might believe it and think that it's Etsy. But please be aware that it's not Etsy. Any message from Etsy will have an orange badge saying it's from Etsy, and there is a special tab under your messages that says from Etsy. Any messages there will also go to your email that's hooked up with the account. So if Etsy does message you, you will also get an email about that message stating again that it is from
Is kind of similar to what happened in our first story. Again, don't just click right away, especially feeling so excited. That's why I was sure that those scammers just sitting and waiting for like new listings and new shops to pop up, because imagine you getting your first ever order, like first whatever you first orders, you're just experiencing it, right? And you're just more like, yeah, I'm gonna click right away. So it's just so sad. Like, you need to be way more careful than before, I believe, how people getting so easy with scams. Anyways, I have more ideas for the topics we can talk about, especially regarding Etsy and different type of scams. You know, a little bit of gossiping is not bad. Yeah. See you next video. Bye bye.